Hello and welcome back to TNI-UK Impacted 206. Coming to you live by the Total Non-Stop Impact Network on YouTube and Twitch. And if you listen to us on the go, they're also available on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows. I'm, of course, your host, Bison. And today I'm joined by the man simply known as the Joker. How are you doing, buddy?
I am good, thank you. How are you?
I'm great, mate. I'm really, really good, thank you. And it's good to see Richard's or Eric Isaac's already joined us, and of course Mir as well. Viva La Raza. Yeah, been a good week. How's your week been?
It's been pretty good, yeah. It's been okay.
Yeah, been up to anything spectacular? Have you been doing gardening? Have you been walking dogs? I mean, what have you been doing?
Happy birthday on Sunday, and
of course, yes,
just another day. So apart from that, nothing spectacular has happened. It's just another day on Sunday for my birthday.
Just another year older, buddy. Another year older.
Yeah, just another number to go at the end of the name.
And how old is that now? 62?
37.
37. Bloody hell, mate. Yeah. Oh, I wasn't sure that. I thought you were 62.
Oh,
but anyway, Barry Monkey's joined us.
Thank you, Barry.
Hello, Barry. He's wishing you a happy birthday as well.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Happy birthday to the Joker. He's a legend.
Hello, Courtney.
Courtney's with us from the top of the show, which is good. Mrs. Nemeth, of course. And yeah, she will be joining. She's joined us from the top of the show, which is unusual, but good to see. Okay, so I think we should just get slap bang into it, mate. What do you think?
Yeah, let's
just go for it, innit?
Yeah.
Anyway, Genesis tickets have gone on sale today for TNA Plus subscribers. An exclusive early ticket sale going on. Of course, the full ticket sales start this Friday, Friday the 19th of November. Sorry, that's not this Friday. That'd be next Friday, the 19th of November. I think that's going to be, like I say, when everything goes on general sale. But of course, TNA Plus subscribers, one of the benefits, one of the perks of being a subscriber, you get an early opening tickets to the pay-per-views and stuff. So if anybody in the chat has already secured their ticket for Genesis, I'd love to hear. I'd love to hear about it.
Yeah.
But how cool is that?
That's fantastic. It's great. It's a nice promo to get people to start subscribing now. If you want another reason to subscribe to TNA Plus, then here's another reason. It's just smart marketing.
Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I think it's been fantastic. Talking about tickets, obviously, for Genesis, they've also released information on the Power Slam front row ticket package, which rolls out at a magnificent $599, wow. I might add. However, think about what's included here. You get a pizza party with the Hardys and Nick Nemeth. You get early entry for the Hardys meet and greet. You get Texas barbecue Q&A with Joe Hendry, Jordan Grace, and Mike Santana. You get a TNA backpack and tumbler. You get early entry and also early entry to obviously Genesis, and you get to take home the Genesis front row chair, all for $599.
Now that is value for money. My God, I was going to say that's not even a huge amount compared to the like front row seats for WWE and AEW. Looking at the seats even in the UK that they went for was really, really expensive. But wow, to get all that included is actually just incredible. You got enough with the £300 bundle when they came to the UK. That was brilliant then.
Yeah,
it was just out of my range and I couldn't afford it, sadly. But that's incredible to what a great way to kick off the year.
Oh, absolutely incredible. I think that's great value for money when you consider what you get.
Yeah,
in that package. I mean, Christ, a pizza party with the Hardys. Wonderful. But a pizza party with the Hardys and Nick Nemeth. Come on.
Come on. Yeah.
All this is included in the incredible price of $599. Now, in English money, that's about £400.
That's fantastic.
I don't think that's a ridiculous amount of money for what you get. And of course, Barry said it. They also includes half an hour of Swingers Dungeon.
Oh yes, please, we'd love Swingers Palace.
and a packet of pizzles. Yeah, you get a packet of pizzles in there as well.
Yeah, where are his pizzles at, eh?
Where's his pizzles at? I don't know, crazy stuff. But there you go. And like Mir said, will Jordan Grace still be there? Yes, she will. Yeah, because she's advertised and she's contracted past that point.
I think if she's leaving
or the end of February.
Yeah, I think if she's leaving, it will be after the Royal Rumble. It'll be around about the start of February. She'll see her contract through till the end of
of course she will.
January, and then Taya Valkyrie did the same when she stayed on for at least 6 weeks before she left, and so Jordan Grace will do the same.
I mean, at the end of the day, they're not going to advertise a talent that's not going to be there. That's a silly thing to say, really. And it looks like Mrs. Nemeth would wish that she was at that pizza party.
Yeah, don't worry. I wish I could be there too. I'd love to meet Jeff.
Yeah, man.
I'd love to meet Matt Hardy. And Nemeth. But the Hardys are huge. One of the two of the guys that got me into wrestling. So
they're just awesome. They are just awesome. Now, talking about the Hardys, okay, total non-stop abstraction concert with Jeff Hardy went down after the first night of Impact tapings this past weekend. Now, I believe, I've heard a little rumor that it was filmed and it's actually going to be put onto the TNA Plus app. So if you're not sold already on the TNA Plus app, then you need to get your ass subscribed to TNA Plus because all the good stuff is where it's at on TNA Plus. So you need to get on there. But so Jeff Hardy's sort of musical concert. If you want to go and check that out, I believe that's where it's going to be. So that would be really, really cool. Hey, Somerset, how are you, buddy?
Hello.
Right, what we got here? Hi, lads. If the food... What's that? If the food TNA...
If they put it on commentary, I'd keep my $600. If the food TNA lays out resembles what they put out in Coventry, then he'll keep his money.
I'm pretty sure that's not what it's going to be, but there you go. I think it's going to be a hell of a night, and I'm not being funny, but pizza with the Hardys, Nick Nemeth. You get the Genesis chair, and oh my god, I think it's going to be great. I think it's very, very excited for Genesis because I think they want to kick off 2025 in a big way, and I think Genesis is going to do that. Makes perfect sense that they want to hit January 2025 with Genesis. I'm loving it. I can't wait. One of my favorite pay-per-views, actually, one of the old school pay-per-views, one of my favorites. I was chuffed when I saw that. Just a shame it's sort of kind of almost replacing Hard to Kill. I don't know whether they might turn Hard to Kill into a special, possibly.
Hard to Kill, yeah, it could be a special that comes after Genesis, because or even after Bound for Glory. It's just hammers home that TNA won't die.
What's the second one again? I keep forgetting the name. It's always the second one. I always forget the second pay-per-view.
There was
Hard to Kill,
Rebellion.
Maybe Hard to Kill will replace Rebellion, possibly.
Yeah, or it could be a special after Rebellion or before Rebellion.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. Interesting to see where we go with it. But there we go. Now, ODB has confirmed that her comeback is set to start in January 2025. So don't expect to see BAM! Expect to see any BAMing before January 2025. However, that does sound interesting. That's when she's going to kickstart everything. I wonder, now, maybe she's going to be at the Impact tapings.
I could see her make a Royal Rumble appearance as well, because she's been calling out everybody, AEW, WWE. I'd love to see her come into the Royal Rumble as well.
That would be cool. Imagine if she turns up at that live Impact taping, the very first Impact of 2025 is going to be live. Imagine if she turned up for that.
I would be incredible. Like a Mac so loud.
I'd be all over that. She's looking fantastic as well. She really is looking fantastic.
This would be me.
I love this match!
it, I'll be going boom, boom. That's what I'll be doing. But love it, absolutely fantastic. Now, once we're all over the of course the introduction of ODB in January, Eddie Edwards is going to challenge Nick Nemeth for the TNA World Title on November 29th at Turning Point. Now, if you remember, last year's Turning Point, of course, was part of the iMPACT tour of the UK. Because I was there, and it was in
Coventry. No, it was in Newcastle.
Newcastle.
I nearly went to that one, but
yeah, it was in Newcastle. It was good, it was fantastic, but obviously the show itself was pretty solid. It was pretty good, but
the show was amazing.
The production value wasn't wonderful. Obviously, the filming of it was a little bit below par, what we're used to these days, what we're used to now anyway. But so this Turning Point is going to be pretty good, and of course it's WrestleCade.
Yeah.
So we're all looking forward to that. Talking about WrestleCade, obviously one of our favorites, of course, Su Yung, is being advertised for WrestleCade. Now that's fantastic news because that means that she might not be wrestling. I don't know.
Yeah, but at least she's able to come. She's willing to come out a bit.
At least she's back out there again. She's back out there, and that's the main thing. She's doing stuff. She's earning some money. I think that's the key here. And I also know that her surgery for her nose surgery that she's having done is set for next month. So so fingers crossed.
Damn right.
That pays off for her. It's really important for her career that pays off, and she gets some of her breathing back, because I believe at the moment she's only got 25% breathing ability at the moment, so she needs to get more of that back.
Yeah,
that was a pretty nasty injury that she sustained.
Yeah, terrible, that fucking
absolutely a pretty nasty. So that's interesting. But WrestleCade Turning Point at WrestleCade looking really, really good. But that's right, Mir. Yeah, Simon Miller. Took on Joe Hendry. That was it was really good. It was fun. I wouldn't say it was a good match. It was fun. And I thought Simon Miller played his part fantastically well. But there you go. Now, there's no official word on attendance numbers from this past weekend's iMPACT tapings, but indication pictures say it was a pretty big crowd, and by all accounts, they were extremely loud and extremely enthusiastic as well. There was a great post made by Cody Deaner Nick Nemeth's been posting. They've all been posting pictures of the crowd that was there, and I've got to say this now, like anyone, have you noticed that all of the only 10 people watch TNA kind of jokes
you see them more on Facebook now than you do across Twitter.
People are definitely 100%. I thought, my thoughts were that a lot of people have pretty much stopped saying it, to be fair, because they just look like idiots now. I think the beauty is that we're now consistently drawing in decent sized crowds. Now that we're starting to go to the bigger venues, we're getting more and more. I think they're starting to get to know the markets where they're going to draw the most amount of people. But it's looking good. But there's been no actual official attendance numbers. But I mean, you only have to look at the pictures to know that there was, there probably 1,500 to 2,000 people there. It looked pretty well attended to me. They're consistently pulling in. They're not pulling in hundreds anymore. They're consistently pulling in, 1,500 to 2,000. They're pulling in thousands. So it's getting, it's increasing all the time. And I'm excited for the future. I think 2025, we're going to see even more attendance as well. So we're going to bigger venues. We're going to be looking at 3,000 to 5,000, I reckon, attending, the pay-per-views and stuff. So it's going to be a great year. Going to be a really good year, and I'm excited for it all. But I'll tell you what, the other good news coming out of this weekend as well was there was no injuries.
Yeah.
Yeah, no injuries. Not that I've seen anyway. I've not seen anything. I've not heard any injuries or anything like that. So yeah, I'm very happy about that. That's a good
Hello
thing.
to Chris Maycock.
Hey Chris, thanks for joining us, bud. Really appreciate it. Nice to see you. So yeah, so no injuries at this past weekend's tapings that we've heard of, which is fantastic news. Let's talk about Xplosion, Joe. Did you watch Xplosion?
No, I haven't. That's the one thing I've yet to catch up on. And then seeing the two matches on it, I'm absolutely kicking myself. I didn't make time to see it because I wanted to see Hammerstone and Jake something's match because that looked absolutely incredible.
Well, let's put it this way: in a thrilling singles match, Laredo Kid secured victory over Silas Young. Very cool. I love Silas Young. And it ended with a spectacular 450 splash, which was very impressive. Steve Macklin joined Gia Miller for Around the Ring, which is pretty cool. I think Steve was also talking about a bit about his military stuff and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it would have been for Veterans Day and everything.
Yeah, of course, we had Veterans Day, so that was good. It was nice to see him do an in-ring thing as well, and he made all the veterans in the audience stand up, and everyone clapped.
I loved that. I saw that promo on Twitter. I thought that was fantastic. You know, that show of respect from the fans as well was just incredible.
Yeah, man, totally. It looks like Chris Maycock is a John Cena fan. We can definitely see you, buddy. We can definitely see you. And it's nice to see Swag Fan is in attendance as well.
Hello.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been able to catch you guys live. Hope everyone's okay. We're great, man. We're great, and thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. As we always say, this show is never the same unless we've got you guys in the chat. You know, unless Mir's giving me shit. You know, it's just not the same. I wonder where Punk is. Punk's not around. He normally gives me a bit of grief as well. Bless him. But there you go. So we had that. So Steve Macklin around the ring, and then the main event of Xplosion was Jake Something and Hammerstone. Basically dominated the ring against Gujar and Jack Price. The match concluded with Hammerstone delivering a signature Nightmare Pendulum, leaving Jack Price down for the count and securing the win for his team. Now, Jack Price looked incredible.
That's good. It's good to see those two, between the Gujar and Price are back in the ring. It's good to see those guys again.
It is great to see those guys, but trust me, Jack Price is jacked, mate. Jack Price has gone away, and he has had a good look at himself in the mirror and said, you know what? If I'm going to make something of this, I'm going to need to sort myself out. And he looks like an absolute unit.
I'm looking forward to catching up on this now.
Absolute unit. Really does. So there you go. Now, in an interview with Cultaholic, Kurt Angle has also said that he believes his TNA run was very, very understated by the wrestling community. I could not agree more. I think Kurt Angle's time in TNA was the best of his career. He did the best work of his career.
I literally posted about this before we came on. You know, I was saying that from what Kurt Angle's time at TNA is definitely overlooked. You know, taking nothing away from all the highlights in WWE. He's had some amazing rivalries against guys like Benoit, Lesnar, and Triple H, are the three big rivalries that Kurt Angle jumped to mind straight away. But some of the stuff he's done in TNA compared to then is just unbelievable. His rivalry with Mr. Anderson is one of the legendary rivalries of the whole time there. That moonsault off the cage basically turning into a 180 diving headbutt. That was just one of the most sickest diving moonsaults I've ever seen pulled off.
Incredible. And his feud with Samoa Joe that kicked off when he arrived. His feud with AJ Styles. I actually saw I think I saw one of the conclusions of that, if I remember right. One of the first things I saw live when I went to Universal Studios was Kurt Angle versus AJ Styles in a something like
last man standing match.
No, it was a Olympic rules or something. They took the ring apart. They took all the ropes off. They took the everything down. All you had was the basically the ring. That was it.
Yeah.
And they were doing it on there. I remember watching it on TV.
Barry
as well
Monkey
afterwards.
suggests there wasn't a Bra and Panties match. No, it's not Vince McMahon's company.
No, no, you're wrong. I agree, Swag Van. Kurt Angle has to be one of my favorite all-time wrestlers.
Definitely.
Especially, like you said, his work in TNA was incredible. Like all the way through his time there, he was just incredible. He was just awesome. I love.
He's on another level completely.
Yeah, that first feud he had with Samoa Joe was just off the chart. Absolutely off the chart. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Just crazy. Kurt Angle should have gotten Dave Meltzer to look about him and give. He should have had a couple of bunch of 5-star matches. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but to be honest, what good is Meltzer's word nowadays? You know, so
he's a joke, isn't he?
Yeah,
he is an absolute joke. Nobody gives a shit about that dude. So yeah,
total
whatever.
Bootlicker.
Total. Yeah, I agree. Anyway, Norris, very nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us.
And hello, Antonio.
Hang on, what's this? I can't wait for the first live show in well over a decade. What of Impact? Yeah, that should be great.
That's going to be insane.
Yeah, that is going to be mad. But anyway, moving on. Don't forget, guys, if you've got anything to say on any of the stuff that we're talking about, make sure that you leave your comment. We'll put it up. We'll talk about it if we catch it. It's definitely anything that you want to add. What was your favorite Kurt Angle match? I think mine was probably. It's just so hard. It's so hard. You know what? Right, I said the other day, I'd love to see Kurt Angle come back, right, and reinvent Main Event Mafia.
Well, that would be incredible.
So he would be basically like the manager of the new Main Event Main Event Mafia. You know what I mean? I mean, you think about some of the talents that could be in the Main Event Mafia right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you had to have been a world title. You had to have been a world champion, basically. So you've got Moose, you've got Josh Alexander, you've got Steve Macklin. Eddie, that's what I'm saying. You've literally got obviously Nick Nemeth now. You've got so many incredible talents that could potentially be in a Kurt Angle's Main Event Mafia. Definitely, I think it'd just be awesome.
I can see this. I can see this coming.
What?
Moose overcoming Austin Aries X Division Championship record. I think, given the statement Moose put out about his intention of now that he's X Division champion, he's got no interest in option C. He's interested in making this the world title level again. Guys have tried before and done a pretty good job, like Josh Alexander, but it's always been very rapidly sunk down and been an afterthought. But Moose is going to make his intention is to make this title really, really show it is on another level again.
Oh, totally. I agree with that. Anyway,
I
nice
think
to see it,
him taking over Austin Aries' record is going to really, really put a spotlight on it. Not to snub Austin Aries, but it will shine a huge light on it as well. The women's world title record was beaten by Taya Valkyrie, and then that just took off. The Knockouts World Title Championship. Josh Alexander beat the original world title and tag team title records, and then they've shot up even more. So now it's the X Division titles tend to get a bit of a new spotlight, and they're better than Moose.
I agree. Melonhead's popped up. We've got Next Bite 1 is popping up. What's going on? Aldo, I want to know who this character is. I've never seen you before, I don't think. Have you joined us before, Aldo? But if you haven't...
Because I like scumbags.
Welcome to the show. Are you calling Aldo a scumbag? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just carrying on the Moose vibes. There's no positive Moose.
Yeah, fair. Brilliant. So Aldo thinks that since 2019, TNA did a nice job with the title, in particular with Swan, Austin, McGow,
Leo
Yes,
Rush,
that's
Sabin, and
true.
Mustafa Ali. It's been an amazing run, but it's always been overlooked by the world title or the knockouts
Don't
title.
forget
So,
Rohit Raju. Rohit Raju was
yeah,
a great one as well. I really enjoyed that storyline. I thought it was good.
yeah,
So there was a lot of. There's been Ali for me, been fantastic.
yeah. Mustafa Ali really started to bring it back around again, and
Yeah, that was a fantastic run. That was definitely.
he was on the front cover of a wrestling magazine and a fitness magazine with the X Division title. That's how much of a spotlight Ali's put on it. So it does sort of give me a slap across the face to do my research a bit more.
Definitely. Oh, Alda, pop that up. That's really nice. Thank you very much, buddy. Really appreciate that.
Thank you so much. That's really nice.
That is really nice. Thank you.
She says, I love your show, guys. I think we're one of the best talk shows about TNA, particularly during our darkest time.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I
try to keep a positive light on it as much as possible.
Exactly. We can't be positive about everything because not everything is great all of the time. I think we try and we try and take a positive look and positive spins on as much as we
do a Monty Python and always look on the bright side of life.
Exactly, you've got it. That's it. That's what we do. We look on the bright side of TNA. But no, you're right. I think it helps that we are huge fans of TNA, and of course, I think you have to be careful sometimes, though, that you don't kind of get too bogged down in.
Oh yeah, you don't want to be
just being super positive. And if something's bad, you need to call it out. You can't not call it out because otherwise, if at the end of the day, otherwise you're just going to be called that guy who's just basically says everything's wonderful and won't acknowledge that something isn't great. However, I think what we do is we do get quite into the storyline.
That's constructive criticism.
Yeah, there is Yeah, that's it. There's just being an asshole, and then there's being constructive about what you think is bad and why.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And to be fair, we're not always right. Nobody. And I'll never say we're right. I'll just say it's our opinion.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you either agree or you don't agree. And
that's what the chat's for. Exactly. Your guys' opinion too. We need that. That's just as much.
Exactly, you guys. You bring us down to earth sometimes, especially Mir. I mean, he literally brings me up on everything. And don't think Just remember, I'm the only person that understands what he says. I do miss Taurus, actually. I do. I miss Taurus. I love Taurus. I thought he was great. Anyway, Joe, we need to take a look at this past week's Impact before we look forward to tomorrow night. Now, after facing each other in an epic knockouts world title clash at Bound for Glory, Masha Slamovich and Jordan Grace joined forces against two common adversaries, Alicia Edwards, Tasha Steeles. Slamovich and Grace are able to successfully coexist as Slamovich eventually chokes out Alicia to score the victory for their team. What were your thoughts on this match, Joe? I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, it went as expected, but it wasn't a squash match. But it was short and sweet, and Masha got her revenge. So now I'm looking forward to seeing her rematch with Jordan Grace now. to see what they can do. Now that they've got the whole system problem behind them now, and they can turn their attention back onto each other. I'm looking forward to seeing it. But I did enjoy this match. It was good. It was a good laugh.
I agree. No, I think it was a pretty solid match. I really enjoyed it. I'd love to know what you guys think about the match. Obviously, in the chat, let us know. I think that the knockouts division is looking great at the moment. We've had Savannah Evans come back. I think we've now got the Masha Slamovich era of the knockouts division. She is looking great. She's sounding good. We just got to now see where they take it, who they're going to bring in. I think you're going to see the return of Kylan King soon. So we'll look to see what she has, what she's going to come back with regards to that KO title. I'm pretty certain that when she comes back, she's definitely going to be turning around and saying, look, I 100% am going for the KO title. You know what I mean? What do you think?
I don't know. I can see Tasha Steelz going for the Knockouts World title, definitely. I was reading the comments a bit, so my attention was a bit all over the place. But Tasha Steelz, I can definitely see her just dumping Alicia and going for the world title. She'll see her as dead weight sooner or later, as everybody else has done, sadly. But I would love to see Tasha and Masha Slamovich go into a full blown rivalry, and Masha not dominate Tasha Steelz this time. But the last time they faced off 1-on-1, I think, was when Masha was on her Russian Dynamite. I'm going to destroy everybody in less than 3 minutes set roll. So,
okay,
I'm interested to see where everything goes between now that Alicia and Tasha have failed. Are they going to? Is Tasha still going to be buddy now, or is she going to just wake up and see that this side of the system isn't working?
Yeah, no, definitely. Now, Antonio, I'm not disagreeing with regards to they need to get maybe a few more writers in or whatever. But I don't think the storylines are that bad. I think they are. And one thing TNA is good at, and that is kind of like that long burn or that slow burn, shall we say, that slow burn to where they want it to go to. I mean, at the end of the day, they had a clear vision on where I think they wanted to go with BFG. They did that, and now what they want to do is build Joe Hendry now as a real strong potential champion.
Yeah, but a lot of people are saying Moose should have gone after PCO at the moment, for some of his titles. But Moose's intention is he is going to be one of the he's staying in TNA until his career is up, basically. So he wants to be the guy to be the face of the X division, and as a big guy, rather than being like the last few champions up until Mustafa Ali, they've all been cruiserweights basically. Moose is ready to, like Josh Alexander did, to reset that whole view that it is about no limits, but then all you see is the smaller guys winning and the big guys going for the world title. So it is its own pillar of the company. And Moose wants to remind everybody, like Mustafa Ali has done, like Josh Alexander has done, that this is exactly what it is. So
totally.
As for the Digital Media Championship, I don't know what the hell the plans are with that. To be honest, that's something that does need a bit more time and investment in really now.
Yeah, I agree. I think the interesting thing with that though is that I think PCO was just being, to be fair, I think they were just rewarding PCO with a title run for all that hard work that he did to turn. Sell those tickets for Slammiversary, because I'll tell you what, that guy was relentless at selling tickets.
Fantastic. And no one saw the whole thing with Steph DeLanda, with her surgery coming up too, so that's thrown a bit of a spanner in the works too. So they've got to try and find the right opponent for PCO now, because I'm pretty sure Matt Cardona would have been one of the guys to take one of the titles from him.
Possibly at some point, but again, we don't know what's going on with Matt Cardona either. So I guess we'll just have to see. Now, backstage with Gia Miller was Savannah Evans, who says that she's tired of waiting for her opportunities and it's now her time. I thought this was now I'm going to talk about where I call stuff out. Okay, so this I thought was a piss poor promo from Savannah Evans. As much as I like Savannah Evans, this promo was absolute dog shit. So where do we go with Savannah Evans if she's putting out dog shit promos like this? And you could understand why possibly they didn't have her doing promos in the past. They had her with Tasha Steelz, or they had her with whoever they had her with that would do all the talking. So they're giving her an opportunity, but man, this promo was terrible. Very unbelievable. I don't know, just a terrible promo. And I know you're a big Savannah Evans fan, Joe, but you've got to admit that this promo
the promo didn't mean much to me. If there was a bit more anger in it, then it would have really sold me. But I was just so pleased to see her back more than anything else. I was smiling more than like intimidated by her being back, because I was just so pleased to see her.
Yeah, which is great, but it wasn't a very good promo.
Yeah. So it sort of took everything away from me being pleased to see her when she's come back as a full-blown heel, taking on one of the newest members of the Knockouts roster.
Fair. Yeah, fair. Hi, David Valentine.
It's like if Sami Callihan come back and whenever he take out Tessa Blanchard or someone like that, it's because I was such a huge fan of Sami. Regardless, it just didn't make any difference to me if Sami was killing someone or not.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, they've got to do a lot of work with her, Swag. They've got a lot of work to do there, And I'm sorry, you can't just have her coming out and bashing people or whatever. At the end of the day, like, if you're gonna push someone to the moon, or you're gonna put a title on them or anything like that, then they got to be able to promo, man. They got to be able to talk. They got to have a personality. They got to have a character. And if she can't do that side of it, then she shouldn't be there. So it's interesting to see where they're going to go with her. What work they're going to put in. Is she going to end up, with a world title shot? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, I suppose. Now, after they were unable to capture the Knockouts World Tag Team titles at Bound for Glory, former allies, of course, have turned into bitter enemies as Rosemary battles NXT's Wendy Choo with no disqualification. And this, at the end of the day, Choo pulverizes Rosemary with her loaded pillow. Her loaded pillow, but it's just that's weird. That just sounds weird.
Let's just speaking of something else completely, not the pillow.
Oh right, okay. But anyway, it's not enough to make Rosemary go night. So Rosemary puts Choo in the rest with as above, so below. So that basically Rosemary just pulverizes Choo. Really, I think this match could have been better, because I think Wendy Choo is better than she was shown in this one. I think they could have had a real blow for blow. You didn't know where this was going to end type match, but they didn't. They went for more of a sort of kind of, Rosemary was dominant in this match, and yes, we want to see Rosemary win, and of course she's the TNA talent and she should win, etc. It's sad to see that this is probably the end of Choo's time now with TNA, because as Craig would say, she was really good. I really enjoyed fantastic. I think she was great. I enjoyed her character. I thought she was pretty solid in the ring, nice to look at. She was pretty good. I really enjoyed her. What did you think about this match? Because I know you're a Rosemary fan.
Yeah, but I was hoping there would have been a bit more brutality in it as well. A bit some more weapons flying, a bit more back and forth, and a bit more evenly matched until the end, where one just outsmarts the other, rather than just a lucky strike and then some domination, and then as above, so below the end.
Yeah, man.
But I did enjoy the match, and it was great to see Wendy Choo pull off that diving elbow with the pillow and actually falling asleep on the pillow as she's flying in the air. And that little touches like that were brilliant. But when I got to Rosemary just clocking her with the pillow, and that sort of is like, okay, so this match is going to be over soon now. You could tell that when it was going to end. I was hoping it'd be a bit more back and forth, maybe even a fight up the ramp for a couple of minutes and back down to the ring. It's just something to keep the match going a bit longer. But I did like when they pushed their way into Tom Hannah from Matthew Rails and got the fight there, and you got to see the camera from the announcer's table and Rosemary smashing Choo's head off of the table. I was hoping that we'd see a bit more fights like that breaking out around the arena, given that there was that much ferocity in Rosemary. leading up to this. It just didn't. It felt like she held back a bit, but then who knows? I was just hoping, but it was a good match. It was entertaining. That's the main thing. I wasn't bored and I wasn't switching off at any point during this match.
Look at this now, Somerset. Come on, it was terrible. I didn't want to carry on watching it after that. Okay, dude. No, you're right. It wasn't a great match, but I was sad to see Choo go because I think she's potentially great.
Yeah, when Wendy Choo had a casket match soon afterwards, and so I think it was the first ever women's casket match in WWE history.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, or she's been in 2 of them now, but she was in the first one, obviously. I think she ran up against Tate and Paxley, and she sent her into. She's so Paxley's in the Undead Realm or whatever they have in WWE. But wow, I didn't know she had another one.
There you go. Now,
I might have misread that wrong.
Maybe
reading it as 2 days later, not a casket match 2, rather than reading it as 2 days later. But
okay, mate. Mate, you're waffling. You're waffling now.
Yeah.
After coming up short at Bound for Glory, Steve Macklin promises that the issues between him and Josh Alexander are far from over. Nice, good promo, this one. I'm down with that. As usual, I think Steve Macklin is solid, man. Steve Macklin is solid. Everything he does, I think, is great. So I will never, ever, I will never knock Steve Macklin. I love him. Now, the Rascalz are poised to overcome their recent setbacks as they return to the Treehouse. I like this bit where they sort of like climbed up the laddery thing or whatever.
They climbed up all the rafters into the Treehouse. I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah, really good. Really, really good. I thought this was brilliant. There you go. Somerset, you're right. I think his pre-tapes are great. And definitely. I love Santana's as well.
Yeah.
I think Santana's pre-tapes are fantastic. Anyway, following last week's heated backstage confrontation between Joe Hendry and Ryan Nemeth, Hendry pokes fun at Ryan with the debut of his newest song. Hendry caps it off by challenging Ryan to a match next week on Impact. Of course, the
He's Nick Nemeth's brother. The end.
I thought this was great. And actually, like, probably one of the best, really. When you think
I couldn't stop laughing.
I love the way he was going on about all of his accolades.
Yeah, we'll carry this on overnight. We'll go right on after. We'll keep going even if we run out of airtime. Make sure he just has that short.
Make sure we get it all in. We've got to get it all in. I thought it was good. I thought this was brilliant, and but I'm looking forward to the match because I rate Ryan. I think Ryan's a talented guy.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Yeah, so it should be a good match. It should be a good match. That's tomorrow, of course.
Yeah.
Then Mike Santana turns down an offer to join First Class. And AJ Francis wants Casey Navarro to do something about it. This was comical, right? This backstage segment was one of the best for me of the night. KC was brilliant. The way that him and AJ Francis were bounding off each other, I thought was so good. I think KC has absolutely been knocked out of the park ever since he signed. He's done an amazing job. I think he's a great signing, fantastic in the ring, and he clearly likes working with AJ Francis because this was really, really good. Really good. What did you think?
I loved this. I know when AJ Francis put his hand on Santana's shoulder, part of me was thinking, is Santana going to whack him there and then? Because the first thing he said to them both was, "You just watch what you say. You don't piss me off." And the first thing AJ Francis does is put his hand on Santana's shoulder, as if he's an idiot, and sort of. But it was brilliant. Santana was just blunt and to the point, and as it took him to Casey Navarro and AJ Francis bouncing off each other, and then AJ saying to Navarro, "You're going to have to sort it. You're going to have to teach him a lesson." It reminded me of Sammy Callahan and Jake Crist whenever they had their moments backstage.
It was his whole face like, huh? What?
Yeah. What the fuck? What have I done?
Yeah. Anyway, so we'll look forward to that. We got that to look forward to, obviously tomorrow night. Now, after Ash by Elegance defeated Dani Luna last week, Heather by Elegance looks to continue her team's momentum as she takes on the other half of the Knockouts World Tag Team Champions, Jody Threat. Heather gains the early advantage by jumping Threat during the entrance. With the referee distracted, Ash gets involved from ringside, but Luna has seen enough, ripping Ash and the personal concierge off the apron. Threat puts Heather away with Pop Shove It for 3. Now, I actually quite enjoyed this. I think this is good. I think Heather by Elegance is better than Ash by Elegance. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to say that. I think she's stronger. I think she's a better in-ring performer. She's playing the part really, really well. What did you think?
I enjoyed this match, and I was expecting Heather by Elegance to get the win, mostly through cheating, and then that gave us a sure Knockouts Tag Team Championship match. I can still see that coming, but now it's how are they going to get it? Rather than they've both of them have beaten the champions, so they're guaranteed a shot now. So it's now a bit more of an open door. But it was a good match. Seeing Dani Luna getting pissed off and knocking Ash by Elegance off the apron, that was really, really good.
Yeah,
and going for the personal concierge when he came out and insulted all the fans in Detroit, that was good too. He just really, really pissed everybody off. So, there's no ladies or gentlemen here.
I agree. By the way, Somerset, Casey definitely plays his role perfectly. Now, yeah, I mean, this sort of kind of, I think they've done the right thing here by putting Heather and Ash together, because I wasn't sure where Ash was going to go. I mean, once she lost her world title shot, what are you going to do with her? What's the next move? So I like the way that they sort of they put Heather and her together. I think at some point Heather's probably going to get fed up of being elegant and is probably going to go back reckless at some point. Whether that be through a different name, Reckless by Heather or Heather by Reckless. I don't know. Anyway, but I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen at some point. But I believe Heather's playing the role really, really well. And again, another, great pickup for TNA. Another
Definitely.
fantastic talent. They are going to grow. Say groom sounds the wrong word. I don't mean that. They're going to cultivate into a star. So I think she's fantastic. Now, Speedball Mike Bailey puts his X Division Championship on the line against Moose. It's a breathtaking encounter as Moose looks to become X Division champion for the first time in his 8-year TNA career. Following numerous near falls for both competitors, Bailey's ultimate weapon is still not enough to keep Moose down. Moments later, the force of Moose's spear sends Bailey rolling in onto the outside. Moose tracks him down and hits another spear on the floor. That was insane.
Speedy went around the ring.
Oh my
Christ.
God. Back in the ring, Moose hits Bailey with a third spear, this time in mid-air. Moose connects with the fourth and final spear to become the new X Division champion. There you go.
Yeah. Well, it was an incredible match. One of the match of the year candidates for me, and the way he just systematically destroyed Bailey, it reminded me of some of Bobby Lashley's matches that he had when he went and caught the X Division championship. I think it was from DJZ or Trevor Lee at the time. He systematically destroyed him. He didn't wipe him out really quickly. They really took each other to the limit in this match, like Lashley did against his opponents when he got the X Division title.
Exactly, mate.
It was really, really well booked, and Bailey, after given that all that he went through with Vikingo, and then to still pull off all the moves he did after injuring his leg at the start of the match, that was insane too. The jump from the turnbuckle to the ropes to then going on to the moonsault. Seeing Bailey do that and still having Vikingo's injury in my mind. That with that happening, it was just like, wow, holy shit, how the fuck did he do that?
Totally agree.
And
It was an insane match. I absolutely love this match. I kind of agree a little bit with Somerset. I think 4 monstrous spears to put Bailey down was a bit dumb. Like 2 would have been enough. Well, frankly, I mean, 1 spear is enough to put down, some people. You know what I mean? You can't tell me. I mean, Bailey being the size he is as well.
yeah.
I don't know. 4 was a bit crazy. 3, I could have got away, but I think 2 would have been enough to finish him
Mike
off.
Bailey's got some hell of a lot of endurance in him, though. Some of the stuff he's been through, like that pit fight with Kev, and he said Kenny King. I knew he said Kenny Omega.
That was good.
You know,
that was great.
You know, he's been in some really, really hard hitting matches. Just people seem to overlook that because a lot of his matches are very, very fast paced. But he's got a hell of a lot of endurance in him.
Yeah, he has. Sorry, can I just address Mir? We talked about that right at the start, mate. When we started talking about Impact. So you obviously missed that one. But yeah, I mean, Moose is now the new X Division champion. But of course, through all the celebrating that was going on, there was a lot of adulation for Mike Bailey. But then after the match, Trent Seven betrays his friend and Speedball Mountain tag team partner. And when he delivers a low blow to Bailey in the middle of the ring, Seven continues.
I thought we were friends.
Yeah, I did too. Is to punish Bailey with a 7-star lariat before choking him with his towel. Now, obviously, just to mention before that, he was, telling him he was amazing, showboating to the crowd to cheer Mike on and that kind of stuff. And then obviously
You saw this coming. I mean, Christ, this was brilliant.
I didn't see it coming.
I didn't see it.
Why, Kevin? Why?
I sensed a bit of disappointment when Bailey just straight up offered Moose the championship match. But every match that Bailey has had, he's always put the title on the line. So I don't see why Trent Seven. But then I can see that spark of jealousy. Trent Seven. Why didn't you give me a match beforehand? Is probably going to be the main thing that's going to come from this. But still, it's wow. I still didn't see it coming the way it did, and that it was set up so brilliantly. Look at him. He's fantastic. Bang, right in the nuts.
Yeah,
bang.
And he held it for ages as well. He's like underneath. He was there for ages as well.
Really, literally hammering home the amount of pain that he's in.
Yeah, exactly. It's true though as well. Somerset saying there, like, what's the point in looking like Santa if you're doing a heel type just before Christmas? Yeah. Well, he could be bad Santa. How about that? He could be Billy Bob Thornton's bad Santa. There you go. So interesting. Hey, Punk, thanks for joining us. Nice to see you. But yeah, no, I'm interested in this actually. And like I said, Moose is now able to go on his merry way. Bailey will be taken straight out of that X Division sort of kind of picture. We're going to get a feud now with him and Trent, so he's going to be busy for a little while, which is good. And who knows, we may end up with Trent Seven having a title shot against Moose at some point.
I was saying to you before we went live, this opens up the door now for big guys again, like Jake something, Hammerstone, we could see decide to give a title shot, a chance, even though they are tag team, just to showcase how good they are and remind everyone how good they are one-on-one against a guy like Moose. It's really going to showcase them a lot more, better or differently. Or better is not the right word. Differently compared to competing against a smaller guy. So I'm really looking forward to all this.
Yeah, no, I am too. I think it's going to be brilliant. But these guys could create some magic over the next few weeks or so, leading up to Christmas. Maybe we could end up with some sort of no DQ at Genesis, Trent versus Bailey or something. I don't know, or maybe Final Resolution. Maybe this is leading all to Final Resolution, of course, where Trent made his debut.
Yeah. Wow. Christ. So I can't believe it's been a year already. Wow.
There you go. There you go. So, yeah, lots of interesting things that we could come out of this, definitely. But Punk is happy anyway. Punk's extremely happy that Trent is turned on, baby.
That's not nice, Punk.
I thought we were friends.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, once all that is gone down, Impact, of course, goes off air. So, Joe, let's look forward to what we've got tomorrow. On Impact. Now, interestingly enough, I was trying to figure this out. I've not seen anything for any knockout matches. Everything is very male-dominated show tomorrow. So we've got
I've not seen nothing from the knockouts. We might get 2 knockouts matches on Xplosion, or
possibly, or we'll get something thrown in, or we're just going to get loads of promo work from the knockouts or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, but we're going to get Joe Hendry versus Ryan Nemeth, as we mentioned earlier. That I think will actually be a pretty solid match. Like I said, I think Ryan Nemeth is a pretty solid wrestler, so I think that's going to be a pretty good match. We've also got the Northern Armory, which is the real Northern Armory this time, versus Macklin, Gresham, and of course Young. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this one? Because obviously this is one that went down the other week with
I'm looking forward to seeing. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the real unit now versus the guys that they intended to. They were. I've been looking forward to it. As soon as I heard about it yesterday, because when I caught up on Impact, I didn't know the 6-man tag match was happening until then. But just to know that Josh Alexander is going to get to showcase what the Northern Armory is about now, finally, given that because Sinner and Saint couldn't make it to Bound for Glory, sadly, which is a shame.
For sure.
But they played that brilliantly there by Josh Alexander just blaming that on management and all that. That was brilliant. But still, we're not going to see Josh be the leader in this match rather than then walk off and leave his boys out to dry. So there's that extra point for Josh to prove to that he's not going to just leave these guys out to dry. And Eric Young is going to be ready for revenge too.
I think so. Mir saying that it looks like it's been advertised, obviously, whilst we're on air by looks of it. Rosemary is going to be in action tomorrow. So we are going to get some knockouts. So not sure who she's going to be against. So we'll just have to wait and see, won't we?
Yeah.
We've also got, and I think this is going to be an incredible one. I'm really looking forward to this one. We've got Mike Santana versus KC Navarro. Obviously, Casey was not too happy.
He was shitting himself.
Yeah,
but to be honest, I would be too, given how fucking amazing Santana's got. And oh my gosh, he's just intimidating. I feel so sorry for him. I'm looking forward to this match.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think this is going to be really good. I'm hoping that Casey gives a good account of himself, because I think that if Mike goes in there and just squashes Casey, I think that would be really sad to see. So I hope that he has a good go.
Oh, I can see him definitely giving him a run for his money.
Yeah, definitely. We've also got, which is the big news, the Rascalz versus Jake Christ and Alan Angels.
I love this match!
Of course, the Rascalz had their debut, which they lost, so they weren't very happy about that. We're now going to see Alan Angels coming back. We haven't seen him for a little while, and of course, Jake Christ is with him. They're a tag team. Chris Angels, I don't know, what are they going to call themselves? I have no idea, but it's good to see Jake back. I'm a big fan of Jake, as we all know. And Alan Angels is incredible in the ring as well. So
I've missed him.
This could be crazy. This could be crazy.
Yeah. It's been about 8 months or so since we've seen Alan Angels. So it's been a very long time. And we've not seen Jake Chris since OVE returned briefly. So it's been a while since we've seen Jake Christ as well. So it's great to see both of them back. But oh my god, I did not expect this match to come, and the Rascalz are going to give these guys a run for their money. And I know the Rascalz have faced off against Straight Chris in the past elsewhere as well as in TNA. So and they've all trained together as well, so they know each other really, really well. So we're in for a treat with this match.
Oh man, totally.
Some of the stuff they've done at Wrestling Revolver alone is amazing, but they go much further back than that too. So this is going to.
I mean, I did have a little chat with Jake earlier. I was telling you offline. I did have a chat with Jake earlier. He was saying this is the very first time that him and Alan have actually teamed. They've never teamed before. They've had several matches against each other.
Yeah,
but they've never actually teamed before. So
wow.
yeah. He also said that there was a lot of very positive feedback about them as a team as well at the taping. So that's good. That's good to hear as well. And the fact that they brought Jake back again is good news. We have seen him since OVE, by the way. We saw him at the last set of tapings, mate. He was there. He did he's been at the last 2 sets of tapings.
Okay,
it might not have been the last one. It might have been the one before that. I don't know, but he's definitely been here since the OVE thing.
Yeah,
anyway.
I know. It's just that was something I saw online before we came on, so it's stuck in my head a lot more than anything else.
But either way, I'm extremely happy to see Jake back again.
Yeah.
And hopefully we're going to get to see more of him in the future. It'll be fantastic. Now, the main event, I'm assuming, will be Nick Nemeth versus Brian Myers.
That's going to be a good one.
It doesn't say whether it's a championship match or if it's just a match. I'm pretty sure the title will be on the line. It must be, surely. I think, that's what Nemeth was saying, wasn't it? It was to put
he wants to be a fighting champion too.
Yeah. So, but the last time these two faced off was actually in WWE. So,
wow.
Kurt Hawkins versus obviously Dolph Ziggler. Yeah.
Christ, I didn't know it was that long ago. I thought they'd had a match in TNA. Wow, this is the first time in TNA. I'm really looking forward to this now because they
first singles, first one-on-one. Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been at least 5 or 6 years now then since they last faced each other.
Exactly. Been a while.
Wow.
So we've got a pretty stacked Impact tomorrow night. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm really
last week has really built this week up brilliantly.
Oh, mate, I'm really, really excited to see it. I'll be honest with you, I'm very excited. I think tomorrow's going to be a really, really good show. I just had a message from Craig by the looks of it. What's he saying? Let's go and see what our boy Craig is having to say. He's literally just got in. Oh my God, he's had a seriously long day at work today.
Yeah.
Bless him. But anyway, guys, that's all we've got time for this week. Also, if you want to show your support for TNI UK team, please feel free to super sticker us or head over to prowrestlingtees.com/total nonstop impact for some great shirts. Or head over to our exclusive Spreadshirt merch store. Links, of course, are below as always. All TNA shows are available to all you listen on the go fans as audio only via SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you list your favorite shows, we will be there. Where can we find you on the socials, Joe?
You can follow me on Twitter at JokerEmptySpace. You can look for #EmptySpace, #Into the Void, or if you fancy to take your taste buds and your sense of humor, #DailyEagle on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. But approach with an open mind and just might keep your sanity.
Oh my goodness, sanity! I better do it as Craig's in the chat, and he's not here, so I better do it. Sanity.
Nah, he's there in my mind. Don't worry, he's there.
He's there in the chat. He's in the chat. And if you want to follow TNI on the socials, at We Talk Impact is where you'll find us on Instagram, on the Facebook, and of course on the X. You will find us everywhere at We Talk Impact. And if you're interested in finding out more on the Bison, if you want to talk to me online or anything like that, you will find me on the X Talking Wrestling at Lord Bison 45. That's where you'll find me. Of course, if you want to find Craig, I know he's not been here today, but he's in the chat now. You need to check out at Network Stooge on X, and I think it's at LimpstarUK on everything else.
Yes.
If you want to follow my journey on TikTok, my TikTok is totally taken some serious momentum in the minute. I've blasted through 1,000 follows now. I'm well on my way to 1,500. Guys, go and give me a follow on the TikTok. I post videos on there pretty much every single day now, more like several videos a day. So make sure you go and check me out on TikTok. Obviously my fitness journey's on there as well. I do a lot of workout stuff on there as well. It's just talk to people. I just talk. I just go on, do a few videos, post it, let people listen to me rant on. If you're interested in listening to me talk, then go and do it. So at Bison by Design on TikTok, go and check it out. Please take the time, of course, to help us up moving up the rankings on YouTube by giving us a thumbs up. And if you're new to us and you like what you see, then please consider hitting that subscribe button. And don't forget to give the bell a tickle, a squeeze, or of course a smash to never miss any of the great content coming out from TNI UK and the US teams each and every single week. And of course, if you love TNA, then TNA content is what we do. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and smash the bell. With all that said, I, of course, have been Bison. He has been the Joker. And this has been episode 206 of Impacted. Take care,
guys.
everyone.
I thought we were friends.